Today's episode is brought to you by the Vegas Beer Guys and the Sounds in Cinema podcast.
Everything sequel contains explicit language. And why the fudge not, you melon farmer?
Hello and welcome to the Everything Sequel podcast. This is a Nightmare edition. Today we're talking A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. My name is Michael Shantz of the How Dare You Awards. Joining me, the man who wants to stab my meatball head, Tom Stewart of Lonesome Whistle Productions. Say hi, Tom.
Fred Krueger's the name. You know my game. Elm Street's the place if you've got the time. Listen to this, you'll bust a rhyme. See, I'm a popular guy. If you don't know yet, you're gonna find out why. You see, I make dreams. Nightmares, to be exact. Go to sleep for a moment, and you'll be gone like that. You know, it takes just a moment for me to make you mine. In the movies I thrill, but on the mic I rhyme.
Is that it? Are you done?
Yes, that is the end both of Freddy's rap in Are You Ready for Freddy and my voice.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Please,
if you're trying to do a whole
I will not be taking any further questions on this episode.
I thought your voice would give out before you could finish an entire song.
As I was doing it, I thought to myself, how did he keep this up? And I'm like, that's not his real voice. That's like post-production. That's how he did it. How much? Well, that's a good question. How much of the Freddy voice do you think is Robert Englund, and how much is added, like, post-production manipulation?
My guess is he did most of this all on his own.
Wow. Well, he's got better vocal range than me then, because that's as much as I can take in a single day, I think.
Right.
Did he just film his scenes in like really short increments? I'll give you 5 minutes today, and then 3 more on Wednesday.
Bitch.
That's today's. That counts as today, bitch. It's not my fault you don't have a microphone when I'm saying it, bitch.
Yeah, it's funny too because his natural voice sounds. It kind of reminds me of George Costanza when he's like, I don't know, I don't like my voice, so high and whiny.
Whiny. Well, you know, he's coming off a pretty genteel character in V as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's what people know him for,
right?
And I still know to what extent. Certainly by this point, I think everyone knows what Robert Englund really looks like versus Freddy. But I up until in the original, I'm not so sure, because he's so deformed compared to how he would have been recognizable.
I guess I always have to, take myself with a grain of salt because you've mentioned that before, and in my head, I thought to myself, I've always known what Robert Englund looked like because of V. Mm. But obviously, not everybody watched V, and, if they went on to watch the Nightmare series, maybe what you're saying is true. But I always kind of knew what he looked like both in and out of makeup.
And I think his makeup gets more like his face.
Yeah.
I mean, I think in the original, he's kind of based on a rotting corpse.
Yeah.
In a way he's not in subsequent iterations.
Mm-hmm.
Starts to look more like Robert Englund than, generic zombie.
Yeah. I think this movie showcases that quite a bit.
His Robert Englund-ness?
Yeah,
I mean...
yet I think the burned effect, I think the whole head looks pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, they continue to play around with what they want Freddy to be in this movie, and they give him a variety of looks.
Mm-hmm.
So they're sort of throwing different Freddy looks at the wall and seeing which of them stick.
Mm-hmm. They all should stick.
Yes, I agree. Not all of them did.
All right, well, it's your top movie in the bunch.
Yes, unapologetically, I would say that this is the best sequel for me.
Well, I went back just today
You didn't watch it again, did you?
and rewatched it
Oh, Mike, you didn't have to do that for me.
to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm still right, though.
Oh, okay. Does this count as my birthday present?
That's it.
Fair enough. Okay, well, did it get better, though?
No, it kind of stayed the same. I mean, the big jump
Okay.
for me was watching it for our purposes the first time I watched it. I remember
Yeah.
thinking, fuck, this movie's so much better than I ever remembered it
Yeah.
or gave it credit for the first time around. And by this time, somehow in the original run of the series, I had kind of, like, I had stopped watching Nightmare movies by this point. Because I
Yeah.
think the overall,
Most people started watching Nightmare movies.
it's so funny because this movie was well received. We'll talk about
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes in just a moment. Your head will probably explode, but
In a good way or in a bad way? Is there any
Bad
way
way.
a head could explode in a good way? Oh, okay, it's going to be Scanners then, not...
I mean, it's not terrible,
Looney
but
Tunes.
it's not as strong as, say, our last movie.
I thought you meant my head was going to get big because it confirmed that I was right.
Well, I would still read it as a positive. Why don't we just do Money Corner? Fuck it. We're
No,
talking.
no, you finish your point. Finish your point.
Well, just my overall point. I forgot my overall point.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
You derailed me.
I did derail you.
But I guess what I was gonna say was my remembrance of the series was that by now even audiences started to wane and thought that the series was starting to, like, this was the nadir
Oh, no.
of the series and it was starting to die, and that the last two movies weren't even worth watching.
But more people came to see this one, right? Wasn't this the biggest?
Yeah, I mean, this is, I don't, what did we say the last one was? Because they're close. Yeah, this one's more.
Yeah.
So,
This was a huge hit, and
huge hit.
I think there's something. I think what puts it over the top for me, bearing in mind that Dream Warriors is my second.
Mm-hmm.
I think taking the essence of what they did in that movie and then having a more like vital, interesting, inventive director get their hands on it.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about Rennie Harlan then. I don't necessarily say he would do the same job, Cutthroat Island Rennie Harlan, but certainly at that point, I think he's got a lot to say and a lot to offer, and I think I just like the way he takes the kind of the core of what they did in Dream Warriors and mixes it up into something that is genuinely, to me, surreal and like countercultural, but also like pro-cultural, like also embracing pop culture. And so it's there's all these contradictions going on in this movie, and a good director with a vision can handle those contradictions, and I think that's what really impresses me about this movie. Building on without repeating.
Yes, right.
That's what impresses me.
Okay. Well, I've got more to say on the subject, but I'm going to hold off for now.
Okay.
We are talking A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, a 1988 film with 55% on Rotten Tomatoes.
So 85% in real terms.
How does that sit with you?
Well, it helps to add the 30%, but that doesn't sit with me well. Although, I think in a general, in a sort of populist sense, I can see why Dream Warriors is a more liked movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's less offensive and more safer.
Man, you really find this avant-garde kind of?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, at times, yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, it's a very early moment in this movie where like all bets are off in terms of what's going to happen in this movie.
Hmm.
And
I think it might be one of this movie's problems, though.
no, I mean, I think potentially it could be, and I think in the hands of this director, marshalling a particular style of cinema, it just keeps building on itself and turning into something really remarkable to experience.
All right. Well, we've talked about them.
And it's a movie that's continually. Sorry, I'm using Trump fingers. Sorry, using continually.
You're sorry about the fingers, but not interrupting me?
No, I'm not sorry about that. I'm sorry that I interrupted you by doing like Trump fingers.
Gotcha.
Continually creative. Never
Okay.
abandons creativity at any point in this movie.
Yeah.
And I bet there were times whether there was safer, more boring things to do, and it just wasn't in the wheelhouse of Rennie Harlin at the time to do them.
Mm. Well, he is Rennie Harlin. Let's talk about him. He's a bum when he's directing this movie.
I think we've overstated that a little bit. He had an apartment.
Barely.
He'd made movies. Like he's not like he'd made movies in what is he, Norwegian?
I think so.
You don't know? And I don't know again?
I'm sorry.
All right, you carry on. This is the bit where I zone out anyway, so I'll look up.
Go ahead, yes. So listen, this guy has been fucking around. Die Hard 2, The Adventures of Ford Fairlane, Cliffhanger, Cutthroat Island, which I think it did put him in a bit of a director jail, but not for too long. He comes back with The Long Kiss Goodnight, Deep Blue Sea. God, I love that movie. Driven, Mindhunters, terrible movie. Exorcist: The Beginning,
Oof.
Cleaner, written by one Matthew Aldrich.
Oh, that's the one. You held that back from me, knowing I would do no research to find out.
And he is currently in the midst of directing a trilogy of prequel movies, I guess they are. The Strangers, Chapter 1, 2, and 3, that I think are
Wait, prequel to what?
to all the other Stranger movies.
There are pre-existing Stranger movies? I'm serious. I'm not being funny.
Yes, there are pre-existing Stranger movies. Quite a few. You don't remember the one with Liv Tyler? That's the original The Strangers.
Wow. When were those movies made?
Well, you can
And
look
what-
that
and
up
what-
while you're looking up the fucking...
Well, I didn't know at the time when I was looking it up. What block of ice was I currently in when this?
I don't know. You have to tell me that, sir.
Jasper the Freezer Man.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive.
So what's the idea? I know nothing about. I wasn't aware any of these movies exist. As far as I'm concerned, this was Rennie Harlin starting an original franchise.
Mm-mm.
So what are the Strangers then? They like
They're always like a couple rents a cabin, and the next thing you know, masked people are standing right behind them in the cabin with axes, and they're not noticing or hearing or seeing them, and then they start really trying to kill them in earnest, and every time they say, "Why are you doing this?" they lean down with their masks on and say, "Because you were home."
So I take it that's what we're doing next Halloween.
You mean my idea?
No, I know that's not your idea.
I
But
said I had an idea.
yeah.
I'll save it for now.
Okay. Yeah, you should tell me off, Mike.
Yeah.
In case it's terrible and I can tell you so to your face. Without people turning against me for being mean to you.
With no hesitation. And when you get into your
It
sheets,
stinks!
when you get into your sheets,
2 thumbs down!
and wrap your blankets and go put your head on your pillow, you think to yourself, "I hope he cried.
Yeah. I made a difference today. I made someone's life worse.
Well, this movie, directed by Rennie Harlin, had a budget of $6.5 million. An
That's
opening
2 more than
weekend.
the last one, right?
Yeah. An opening weekend of $12.8 million, and in the USA and the world, $49.3 million. And that is tops for the series. Wait, Freddy vs. Jason? I'd have to look that up.
Ooh, yeah, I think Freddy vs. Jason might have taken
That's
it.
like in the 70s, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we'll see when we get there.
Yeah.
Let's leave some surprises.
Ooh.
Don't look ahead at your notes. Those movies haven't been made yet.
As far as we're concerned right
As far
now.
as we're concerned, those movies. All we're talking about is this movie today,
Right.
Mister or Master. Okay, well, yeah. I mean, critically acclaimed, popular, beloved. What more do you want?
Easy.
I don't know. You seem to have a narrative of that some people turned against this movie at some point.
You seem to have a narrative that it's like known far and wide as a fantastic, great
I never
movie.
said far. I never said far and wide. But
Didn't you say in the ranking episode that some people called this
Yeah,
the
I've
best in
heard
the
other people
series? And I
put-
said I don't
yeah.
think anybody said that. And you said no.
people-
I think people have said that. I know.
I said Matt Goley has said that, and I've heard one or two others.
And I said that's one person.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's far and wide, but I don't think there's anything in the response to the movie, either now or then, to contradict what I'm saying about its overall quality and where it stands in the series.
Yeah, that's true. I might be headcanoning that myself.
I think that's a dialogue about Rennie Harlin, which doesn't apply to him at this point in his career.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, this was not directed by Cutthroat Island, Rennie Harlin.
No, but even when you said that, like I wanted to push back a little bit because I think we talked about this a little bit in the ranking episode where I said this movie
I don't have a problem with Cutthroat Island, Rennie Harlin either.
Okay,
But I know
fine.
this is. I'm trying to identify with people who don't think Rennie Harlin is as good as we do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that any issues people have with this movie, I think, are projections of what they've subsequently told themselves to think about Rennie Harlin, i.e., he's not awesome. Whereas I think he's awesome.
Gotcha. Well, when I watch this movie, and I think we talked about this, but I see just a movie chopped full of ideas and innovations, but I also see some first-time director stuff.
He's not a first-time director, though.
But it looks like it to me. There's stuff.
Oh, okay.
There are things where there are things that I don't think works, and not necessarily even the direction, but just ideas that don't work. I'll save some of this for as we
you're
go
gonna have
along,
to point them
but-
out. You're gonna have to point them
Yeah.
out to me. I think this is assured direction. I think that's one of the things I like about it. It's so assured in its madness about what it wants to do.
Okay.
It's kind of got that almost Werner Herzog quality of like, I don't think you should be doing this, but I like the way you're doing it.
Okay. And maybe that's all the difference is. I think you shouldn't be doing this, and that's the stop. That's the end of my thought.
Yeah, like I said, I think his circumstances worked to his advantage in that he had control over this movie that he might not have otherwise had if he had to work with a screenwriter, because this was made during a writer's strike.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that kind of gave him the creative control to insert himself and resolve contradictions.
Okay.
The end.
Well, now one of my first notes, I can't. Why did I write final New Line logo? Oh, because I guess it's the one I completely recognize as the one of today.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we open with another quote. We got a Bible quote.
Yeah, I would say another, in inverted commas, literary quote. Bible's a bit of a cheat. A book you can find in any hotel room. You've not worked very hard to find a quote. So it's the kind of veneer of respectability, but a bit more superficial with it. Like,
Yeah.
they've not hunted down this quote.
Yeah, they haven't searched
It's a
far and wide.
book that they've got in their desk while they're writing the movie. Yeah, and then title-wise, the font
We have that
color,
wavy title
it-
appearance, and that seems to match how Rennie Harlan thinks about dreams for within the scope
Yeah.
of this movie.
Yeah, and I think, that harkens back to the 80s video game look of the original movie titles.
Mm.
So there's a little bit of a back to basics, stripping down, which again I think it might just be a byproduct of how quickly this movie was made. But with style.
Yeah.
Another theme song as well, like
Yes. Now, wait, is the theme song the same at the beginning and the ending? Not to
I'm not
spoil your
sure.
credits.
no, I haven't. I don't have any more songs. I think that's was that what you were trying to find out? I don't have any more songs.
No, I just mean because I didn't know if I couldn't remember if the song they play at the front credits is the same as the song at the end credits, or if
There's
it's two
a lot
different
of songs.
songs.
I mean, this is a jukebox soundtrack movie.
Yeah.
But this is it starts with a power ballad, and
Got some close-up chalk drawing.
yeah, the chalk art titles again sticking with these highly conceptualized opening sequences. Also, I guess foreshadow the Burton Batman reveal.
Mm,
With your,
Yeah.
like distorting your sense of space and
sure.
pulling out from it.
Pulling out.
So again, that influence on Tim Burton from this series,
Yeah, maybe
and
he's looking at all these movies.
and I love that it says starring in alphabetical order because they had come up with a crediting system to disguise that the lead actors are all going to die in the first few minutes of the movie, and if you listed them by screen time, you'd be tipped off that was going to happen. But alphabetical order, we're none the wiser. Yeah, and I mean, great names in the title. Screaming Mad George doing the makeup effects. You're just like, hopefully this is a real makeup artist and not just some moonlighting wrestler.
Yeah.
Just like doing makeup on his days off. But no,
Somebody
he's
they got
reason
from the
makeup-
local loony bin.
Yeah, no, he's an expert in his field. And it begins like Dream Warriors does, and I'm sure Harlan was under lots of pressure to kind of repeat a lot of what was in Dream Warriors to kind of build on its success. But going back into the house,
Yeah, right.
and with what turns out to be the same character.
Yeah,
that
our
we
new
ended the movie with.
Kristen, Tuesday night.
Yeah.
She says, who lives there? And the little girl says, no one does.
That's right.
But I like that little flourish. This is a good moment from Rennie Harlan where lightning flashes tonight.
Yeah. And this is what I mean about building on what they did in the last movie, because the imagery is still gothic, but it's filmed differently.
Mm-hmm.
It's like in a hyper-kinetic way that gives it an edgier, more modern feel, and I think that's what Rennie Harlan brings to the table.
All right, so I think that that's true, but simultaneously, I think this is the one Nightmare movie that looks more like made for television than for cinema. And I don't know how I reconcile that both those things seem to be true in my mind.
Oh, I mean, it's simple. One of them is true and one of them is wrong. That's how I reconcile
You
it.
got the Peach Pit, and then just the overall kind of...
Diners are in the movies as much as they are in TV.
I don't know, there's just something about this movie every time I've watched it now
Just
where
because of Happy Days doesn't mean that TV
it has
owns the
that
concept of a diner.
that's part of it, is that it has that flush kind of colorscape that looks like sitcom to me.
I don't see it at all.
All right, fine.
I think you better change the contrast on your TV.
No.
You already said it's hurting your eyes.
That's a separate issue.
Same issue.
No, it's such a big TV.
And
Mom was
you know-
right. It's actually hurting my eyes because it's so close.
yeah, I know. I think it's going to turn out that they were right about more than that as well. That we don't pay attention to, like having dessert before dinner. I'm pretty sure that's not a good idea. Well, it starts with this walkthrough of locales from the previous movies, right? When we have a reunion of the legacy cast or recast, depending on which person we're talking about, in their shared dreamland. And I just think it's, you know, we talk a lot about how slasher movies use the Hitchcockian psycho technique of killing off your main character in the
Early
in the movie. When you go back to Psycho, you're like, it's actually pretty much half the movie you've got Marion Crane. It's like a movie of two halves. So that's kind of overstated anyway. But this is, to me, this should be the go-to example of doing that, because you kill off an entire cast.
Well, not entire, but half, yeah.
Well, but all the legacy characters.
Yeah.
Well, that's the cast of the last movie.
Well, I mean, I just mean that everybody that survived.
Well, that was most of them.
It's only 3. There's 3 people, and they all die.
But there are core 3. I know it doesn't rhyme, but still. But so it's kind of red herring continuity, because we make so much out of we're getting everyone back together. This, like, they're back in their shared dreamland, and I'm like, this part of the story ends in the next few minutes.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm of two minds, because
I knew you would be.
Yeah, I think like
this was the right call.
We've already talked about the fact that we like that
haven't even got Patricia Arquette.
There's lots of connections from movie to movie that they keep a lot. I think not having Patricia Arquette hurts you in trying to do this, for one. And I don't know, I there's part of me that really admires it, and there's part of me that thinks this particular story might have been better of just trying to develop these characters, this new cast, more, and let all of that go.
Well, I mean, you know, I think it's playing with the audience's emotions as well, and their attachment to these characters. And again, like, you know, the art of film directing is manipulation of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's the right call. I think it's the only way the series goes on, if you're not going to remake Dream Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean...
You know what's part of my problem? I think they all should have died in that first dream. Because she survives one more night, and then...
I disagree. I think what I like about it is that they... is the sort of...
They keep you on the hook thinking she'll survive?
They keep you on the hook, yeah. Yeah. Because
see, in my mind, I know that she's going to go, and now we're prolonging it.
Yeah, but how do you know? Because you've seen the movie. That's like me saying...
No, I mean, even the first time I watched it, I remember having that feeling.
You sure you're not Mandela affecting that?
I am sure I remember.
Because that would be a weird thing to think if you've got through the scene where if you were going to kill them off, they would die.
Well, I think part of this is, again, Renny Harlin's fault. Because the second that we meet Kristen, right? Kristen's Tuesday night. The second we meet Kristen, she walks through that front door with her father like new ingenue. He focuses on her in a way as though she's our lead character.
Yeah, well, that's purposefully misleading. I was deliberately misleading.
Man, you're carrying water for Renny Harlin.
But really, I think he thinks of himself as, like, when Hitchcock does this, people go, "Oh, amazing," and then when, you know, a hobo does it, people are like, "Oh, it's just a hobo with a camera." I think it's all intentional, because then why wouldn't you kill them, and why wouldn't you do like the Halloween Resurrection? Well, that's that. Let's move on to the movie. I mean, you don't want that, do you? You don't want like a cold open where everyone dies and then the movie starts, a completely different movie starts. This is a nice sort of way to kind of transition out of one mythology and into another.
Not necessarily a cold open, but
that devalues it even more to me. I like the idea that you know, they start the story but in the opening parts of the story, they get killed off. As anyone can at any time in a slasher as well. That's the other part.
Yeah, but it leads. It's an hour and a half movie, and it leads up to about a half hour before they're all gone.
Oh, so it's like a third of the movie.
Yeah.
So, well, if that's true, then what's everyone complaining about them being wasted?
What?
Well, if they're already in a third of the movie, that's a lot of the movie.
Yeah, a little too much, I'm saying.
Okay, but isn't that kind of cleverly bridging the two movies so that people attached to the last movie get some of what they want, whereas but you're allowed to kind of go in a different direction and embrace a whole new different sets of characters? Isn't this the best of both worlds? The first third of this movie, and the fact that you don't cheapen it by going, they died on the way to the space. They died on the way to the space.
I think
prison,
I think part of my bad
died on the way back to their planet.
I think part of my bad reaction to it is one that Patricia Arquette's not there, and so I don't feel connected to this core group in the same way. I just don't.
But
they matter less to me. And now also Joey's talking, so he's, I get that he would be at the end of the credits, but it's not the same.
You spent a whole movie complaining about Danielle Harris not talking, and now they're doing exactly what you wanted to do with her, and now you're complaining about it.
What are you talking about? In 5?
You were like, I don't like how she's mute in 5, and you're like, now I don't like how this guy's talking in this movie. Come on.
Different movies. She's the main focus. He's the side bet.
Well, I don't. Maybe it's just me. I don't think Patricia Arquette is all that anyway. And yeah, she's the better of the two castings. But
that's the other thing. I guess
I don't think Tuesday Night's horrible, and I don't think she this is horror. I don't think anyone owns any role at any time.
Okay, fine.
I think it's fine just
but that's one of my other Rennie Harlan things, because
I thought you were way more in the bag for Rennie Harlan than
I love Rennie Harlan, but
doesn't sound like it.
I'm just saying I don't have to be universally for him for everything. Whatever. This movie does. I feel like I'm really
best movie you ever made.
Bashing this movie when I really like it quite a bit. However, all I'm saying is, I think visually he has lots of interesting stuff going on. One of my things for this movie is I don't think that the cast, I don't think their acting's quite as good as it has been in the previous 3 movies.
Oh.
And I lay that at his feet.
Wow, I didn't notice any drop-off in the acting.
Oh, I did.
The acting in this movie is considerably better than 2.
Oh, I don't think so.
I know you don't think so, and that's a problem.
No, yeah, problem for you.
Problem for you.
Don't you point at me.
Times infinity. No, and again, I'll defer to culture. That I think people have more problems with the acting in 2 than they do in 4. Like,
that has more to do with their prejudice.
That aspect doesn't have to do with their prejudice. This is just more arch acting from some of them.
I disagree.
Okay. Well, we're not gonna come to a consensus on that. I think the acting in this is really strong. I think everyone
No.
Everyone is on the same page. I think everyone is on the same page, and there's a dreaminess about everything that makes it slightly stylized and slightly off. But I don't think I think that's the actors reading the tone and Rennie Harlan puppeteering them in the right directions.
When Tuesday Night as Kristen becomes old Kristen, that's the best acting she does in the whole movie. And I was like, why can't I have more of this? Minus the old.
Wait, you don't mean Kristen, you mean... Oh, yes, you do. So Kristen's Tuesday Night, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't mean Kristen, you mean Dream Master, whatever she's called.
Oh, is it Alice? Fuck.
Yeah, Alice. Yeah.
All right. Lisa Wilcox, then.
Now you can't say anything else against the film because you got one of the names wrong. You haven't even seen this movie, have you?
Twice. Once today.
I think her acting's great. We're on such opposite pages about this that the only part of the movie I don't like is the aging makeup in that scene. It's my least favorite part of the movie. Like,
I wasn't
want more of that.
commenting on the age makeup itself, just her
Fucking
performance.
Ted Danson, 3 Men and a Little Lady fucking makeup. Fuck you.
All right, let's go on.
So,
What do you make of that slow motion window explosion over his director's credit, by the way? It's weird.
I think it's a beautiful moment of self-aggrandizement.
We're so opposite.
You really want to know that you've directed it. Don't you pretend that if you directed a movie and you had a chance to have an exploding window over your credit, you wouldn't do it.
I would not do it.
It's so funny because, like, you seem to have this sort of attitude towards Rennie Harlan that someone who loves Deep Blue Sea so much wouldn't necessarily have.
I know.
Like, all of the excesses you're talking about, I'm like, you're talking about Deep Blue Sea, and for some reason, you're not applying it to Deep Blue Sea in the way you're applying
this
it
is,
here.
I don't know. There's just something a little off. A little off here.
Don't see it at all. Yeah, intentionally so. You feel like you're walking through a dream. For the first time ever in the series, by the way. When you're not in a dream.
Mm-hmm. That I agree with. That I think is good.
This should have been called Nightmare on Elm Street 4 Dream Logic. Because that's what this movie is based on, and that's what it's an experience, man.
That I agree with.
It's not a movie, it's an
All right,
experience.
let's just keep talking. Because I like this movie way more than I feel like I'm retro.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm trying to stick up for
you hate
two
me
by taking this down a
more
peg.
than you like this movie, and therefore... Well, I mean, we see Kristen's... One of the ways in which they let the audience know that this is supposed to be Kristen is by having the same actor play her mother.
Yes.
And kind of reintroduce her as the, sex positive
Dick mom.
character. Dick mom. But added to that, but also, is this the point that we're introduced to Alice's father, who's an alcoholic, or is that later in the movie?
No,
it is
yeah.
at this point, right?
Because
Yeah.
he's making
again,
himself
it's
a
like,
Bloody Mary in
parents
the
are
morning.
the problem.
Yeah.
This is all parents' fault, and movie's making no bones about that. From movie to movie, no matter which character.
Yeah,
we're
actually,
following,
it's this
the
movie.
Parents are fucking things up for their kids.
It's
all
this
over
movie
town.
where later on, where she says, "Well, it was you that made this all happen because you were the one that, took Freddy Krueger out originally or something like that." And I thought, man, this fucking parent circle is really growing. The number of parents that
this is quite a lynch mob,
lit
right?
that match was huge.
Yeah. Where's Grandpa? I'm in the mob. Yeah, it's.
Well, I don't know where we are, but I know by the time they get to school the next day, we're kind of being introduced to more of what will become our new core group as who is it? Kristen is talking with Kincaid and Joey about being pulled into her dream, and
Yeah.
they don't like it.
No dice. Yeah, it's when we also expanding the sort of the dream. So the movie is informed by dream logic, so it doesn't feel like you have that distinction between reality and dreams in the same way you have in previous movies. Also added to that, I think, is the idea that this movie wants to explore again a latent tendency in the representation of dreams in these movies. Only seen one or two small examples of it. Daydreaming. Right, the idea
Alice
that,
with Jock
Yeah.
and telling him he's a hunk.
Right,
and,
yeah. And that to me, that's a great moment for me when we do that. It's like, this series isn't out of creative energy yet. This is the point where a series could totally rest on its laurels, but it's thinking, it's like, okay, dreams, how can we do dreams?
It's reinventing, right. It's still thinking about
like,
the different...
Let's stay experimental.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they keep building on that throughout the movie. And like any experiment, there are some successes, some failures.
Mm-hmm.
So part of
So
my
you admit it,
forgiveness-
sir.
Yeah, and part of my forgiveness in the movie is that I'd rather them try than not,
Yeah, sure.
even when they fail. Yeah, and it's interesting. The other argument for this is just that, like, this series is committed to seriality in a way that the other slasher franchises we haven't, because whoever is putting together the script is like, I mean, maybe this was made too quickly for anyone to make this observation. It's like, should we really be spending this amount of time on these characters knowing that they're about
To die.
like, should we be getting like invested? But I think it's just how this series rolls, right? It's like we bring Nancy back, we find out what happened to the dad, we read bits of her diary. It's like this. It's like the viewers of this series seem. We assume that they're more interested in an ongoing story of these characters. So even though they killed them off, that maybe it's just like, well, you know, we've got to resolve these hanging plot threads, or like we've got to know what happened to these people, because that's what this series does, and I think that's kind of admirable. Like I say, you know, Ghost Protocol picks up narrative threads that could potentially cause it real problems, but they're acknowledging the continuity, and I think this series is kind of the same in that respect.
I agree.
Like, so it might not just be the kind of psycho maneuver, as it's usually referred to. It might also be like, well, let's just check in with these guys so the audience is satisfied that, like, you know, how they came out of the last movie, and then we'll move on.
Sure.
Yeah,
well, we're about to get to Kincaid and the salvage yard.
Several montages.
Yeah. Well, we got our fascination. It's 1988, so it's our fascination with Japan, even though we have a white boy doing karate, but that fascination...
Oh, yeah, unlike the Karate Kid.
I'm sorry, I understand. I'm saying that this is building on that.
That movie you previously loved, but now seem to be turning against.
No, I'm not turning against it at all. God damn it. We're going to take a break. Everybody go to their neutral corners, and we'll be right back, god damn it. Right after this.
I like to think I know something about beer, but nowadays even I get overwhelmed when confronted by the exhaustive selection of craft beers they have at bars, breweries, and even grocery stores. Back in the day you had one, maybe two craft beers to choose from, and if you were confused, you ordered a Guinness. But in beerstinations like San Diego, the craft beer options lately are in double, sometimes even triple digits. So what's a beer drinker to do? You need what I need, the Vegas Beer Guys. Your beer of choice should be a perfect blend of malt and hops. And so a live show about beer needs that same balance. And the Vegas Beer Guys matches beer expert Dan Aker with self-proclaimed beer novice Stephen J. Weiss. The results are eminently drinkable. They're on Facebook, they're on Instagram. They'll try new beers, they'll tell you about beers. Think of them as your beer Sherpas guiding you up a foamy-headed mountain to reach the peak of your pint. God, I need a beer.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Tom and I are here fighting over A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. We really shouldn't be fighting this much. I really like this movie.
Who needs friends when you got...
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, who needs enemies when you've got friends?
Okay, now, this I think... Well, wait, where are you? Because I was going to talk about Killing Kincaid.
Yeah, about that. We talked a bit about the karate montage and obviously the influence of music video.
Mm-hmm.
You know, matched with other cultural preoccupations of the 80s teenagers, as you said, Japan,
Mm-hmm.
karate. My next note is about I think the moment I really started to take to the movie and think this is really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
when the dog goes into the dream.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a really good sort of left field choice at this point. Like, this is setting out its almost surreal stall. And then, just when I'm thinking that, we reanimate Freddy's bones by the dog pissing fire on them.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh yeah, like, it's kind of funny how all the dreams we've had are not that offbeat in the way that dreams are.
Yeah, right.
Also, the dog's called Jason, which you gotta love.
Fantastic. Also, I just like the idea that this whole thing was born out of a kind of fuck you to, I think, Wes Craven, right? Like, Wes Craven said, how are you going to reanimate him? And Rennie Harlan just sort of didn't know what to say when confronted with the question, and then thought up this idea and then stuck with it.
Yeah, and it was based on a dream he had.
Yeah, right.
It was a shared dream that he and I had. We jumped in and out of each other's dreams.
As Rennie and I do.
As Rennie and I do of an evening. So it just... I'm getting the sense that you're not fond of this moment and you find it as ridiculous. I agree that most people think this is ridiculous.
Oh, I think it's ridiculous, but I don't dislike it.
Oh, okay.
And I really like, more than anything, maybe in this entire movie, the reanimation of Freddy looks so fucking great.
Yeah. And, you know, this is where I got into the idea. It's the difference between writing a story that includes dreams as a plot device and then using dream logic to motivate the story. Like, to me, that's kind of like, to use a terrible, overused and corporate phrase, out-of-the-box thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The solution to the problem is what is the frame of what you're in.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dream.
Yeah.
Let's have dream things happen to make this happen.
Sure.
And it's just kind of, I find that really admirable. And I think it's like, you know, they wrote every time they write themselves into a corner, and this is my favorite way of them getting themselves out of the corner, because it speaks to the essence of what the film's about, not just kind of literally what's going on the surface. In fact, almost in spite of what's going on in the surface, because it actually can't be explained.
Well, that's what I like about it.
In a sort of L'Age d'Or or in Shen Andalou kind of sequence, it's like, you know, there might be some hidden meaning behind this, but at the same time, it might just be nonsense.
Yeah, I think it's nonsense, but I like the way.
I don't think there's any symbolism.
I like the way
it.
Jason just runs off.
It's so irreverent as well.
Yeah.
I know how I feel about an entire horror movie helmed by a dog, but, you know,
People are saying it's quite good.
Yeah, I don't. No, I'm not gonna set my stall out at the moment, but I don't kind of want to watch that particular dog, that particular breed of dog. I'm not a dog racist, but
Sounds like it.
I don't know. He's just like just a bit too actory. That breed, I think. Anyway, this is all speculation. I don't know. I'm sure it's wonderful. I'm sure it's the best horror film ever made. I'm never wrong about these things.
Right.
Yeah, and then it also speaks to we're in that period of the series where this has become formula now. He's more or less dies at the end of every movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to be final, and at the beginning of every movie,
he just comes back.
Come back, and that's what the Draculas became over time. You know,
he says something too, and I didn't write it down, but he says something about "you can't bury me," and it made it seem like that was the mistake they made.
Oh,
did you catch that? Did you write a note about that?
Yeah, I didn't write anything down about that. I remember it. I didn't think that was necessarily their explanation. More of a sort of a like, I can actually sort of never die because I'm a conceptual being.
Yeah, right.
But no, I mean, yeah, I mean, there is. I mean, it is sort of like. It is an inversion in the sense that all the religious stuff that puts him in the ground in the last movie. That's all gone out the window.
No,
That
yeah,
was
that's done
meaningless.
with.
So we're debunking all of that. I think that's maybe what it's speaking to, like all the kind of the ritual burial and holy water and stuff. It was all just superficial
Religious
nonsense.
hocus pocus nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe what they're going for. But I never saw it as kind of like I think they were avoiding explaining why specifically by having a dog piss fire on him.
Yeah.
I mean this, and then obviously the thoughtlessness of having the first horror movie in which the black guy survives, and the first thing you do is make him the first victim.
Kill him off.
Yeah, and I know it's not malicious. They just want a clean slate.
Sure.
But that's where it undermines the good work of the last movie, I think.
Yeah, but
And even the actor was like reading the script like, I went
What,
through all
me?
that for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what was he said? Like, don't get no popcorn.
Yeah,
You're
right.
coming to see me in the movie. Don't get no
So
soda.
his
You
friends
sit
is like-
straight down. I tell you, judging by last night's showing of Nightmare, timekeeping has not improved since the 1980s in terms of people arriving at the movie 20 minutes into the movie. Even with that 30-minute
Even with a 30-minute block at the beginning now.
How can you be late when they tell you specifically you have 30 minutes before the movie starts?
Well, this is one part right before Freddy kills him where I started to realize, because we've talked before about the kind of law of diminishing returns, both in quality and money. And that's just not true in this series, because when you look at the set they've built,
Oh, it's so amazing.
it's amazing. They put so
It's
much care into this scene with Kincaid, with the cars and the way they're moving, and like their electricity is blowing out and windows blowing out.
It's like the best soundstage.
Yeah.
It looks like something you'd find on like a studio backlot tour, like a pre-existing set that's been turned into an attraction.
Right.
It's like a living attraction. And I think he has that quality. I don't know if he ever designed any theme rides, but I think he'd be themed rides or attraction. I think he'd be really good at it. Because that's how he treats set pieces in this movie.
Yeah.
To me, the pièce de résistance of this scene is the zoom out to the sea of cars.
Yeah.
It's like cinema of spectacle at its best. It's just telling you that with every movie, we're going to keep expanding the visual canvas of this movie. And that's a tall ask after Dream Warriors and what they did.
Sure.
And that image, aside from the fact that it gives me the warm, fuzzy feeling of watching an MTV interstitial, all that. Doesn't that remind you of like, those bits that they obviously got like independent animators to do in between music videos? Just love it. And MTV's all over this movie.
Mm-hmm.
The people are watching it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
There's the I'm trying to remember the context of this. The pinup.
The pinup girl that Joey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pinup girl. The waterbed, like very youthful references at the time.
Well, and
obviously.
80s.
I don't know if kids are as into waterbeds now as they were then.
I don't think anybody's into waterbeds as much as they were then, but
Yeah, I agree. Yes.
But I want to ask you something, because I feel like this maybe goes to the, well,
I'd be surprised if you didn't like this scene.
well, I'm not at that scene yet. I have one more thing to say about Kincaid.
Oh.
Because this happens a lot in this movie with Freddy kills. Freddy puts the claw into Kincaid, and then we cut to Kincaid in his room, no blood.
I have that same note. Yeah. It's and I think that's okay in this movie because the boundaries are shifting.
What do you mean? How do you mean? What boundaries? The boundaries of dreams?
Yeah. I get what I made a note of it and was like,
I missed that aspect.
Yes.
Because that feels like the television version of a Nightmare
but it
movie
is
to me. It lacks.
Oh no. I don't think that's what. I mean, that's an unintended side effect if that's the case. I don't think it's trying to sanitize anything. Because look what else is happening around it. I just think it's. I think it's sort of like, let's do something different with this and challenge your expectations. I don't think it's trying to seem less bloody.
That's what it felt like to me.
That's not what I. Oh, okay. I don't. I mean, this movie's pretty violent, isn't it?
Not really.
It's got some very. I don't know. There are a couple of kills in it that are pretty gruesome.
I mean, he stabs a meatball in the head, but that's more comical.
Well, what about female Urkel? Her death is pretty troubling. It's a long way off, but
Yeah, but it's also... I think you're removed from the violence of it because it's a puppet. I mean, it's a good-looking puppet, but...
it's not what you said in the last movie when you weren't talking about Dream Master. You love puppets then.
I'm just saying...
Don't blame the puppets.
I'm not blaming the puppet. I'm just saying it's not as inherently violent or scary.
It's not like he's killing Fozzie Bear. Actually, the two of them would probably get on quite well. Fozzie Bear's got a bit of a Freddy quality about him with the hat and everything. If Freddy was a Muppet, which Muppet do you think he would be? Probably Fozzie.
Yeah, Fozzie.
Waka Waka. I'm surprised that in one of these movies
They have the same sense of humor.
Waka waka.
They have the same sense of humor.
They do. They absolutely do.
Anyway, it's just something I noticed.
Okay. Yeah, so the kill set, so the waterbed sets up the kill set piece, which I think is
I think it looks
beautifully
great.
Staged. Looks fantastic, and
Because that one you have blood.
and you get the tits, which is right up your alley.
Love that.
And a good pun too.
Mm-hmm.
How's that for a wet dream?
Yeah.
Right? It's sort of like more pun master than dream master.
You know what I don't like, though?
Oh no, what?
I don't like Mom coming into the room and he's underneath the bed. I think it should be slashed and he should be... it just look like he drowned in it.
I find that personally, I find the idea of drowning much more troubling than a lot of blood.
No,
Spraying.
no blood. There wouldn't be blood there.
Right.
I do feel like I'm now waffling back and forth, but
Yeah.
if it was as though the waterbed got sliced and he fell into it and drowned.
Okay. No, I find it really effective, and again, that feeling of like almost going into a dream while you're watching it.
Mm-hmm.
It's got that kind of soporific quality too.
Fucking bonus word.
And the drowning drowning dreams are really, they're the ones that get to me, so maybe it's my attachment to those.
All right.
I've forgotten what this is. That mirror covered with photos.
Yeah, Alice has got her entire mirror is covered, and her brother says it defeats the purpose, and she's like,
Oh yeah.
I don't care.
And I think that, I made a note that was really good characterization through that idea.
Yeah, the idea that she doesn't want to see herself or can't see herself.
Yeah.
Because she does move throughout the world kind of anonymously.
And that's the kind of visual storytelling that I think you get more of in this movie to compensate for there not really being a script.
Yeah.
They quote the Karate Kid, don't they, in this upcoming scene?
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. Have we quoted anything pop cultural before?
He calls her Allison.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Have we ever quoted like something, especially something that recent?
I don't think so.
I didn't notice any in the Nightmare we saw last night in separate theaters.
Yeah.
We'll take separate theaters.
Please.
To the film.
Thank you.
We're gonna go Dutch on this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is reference? I mean, when do we start referencing? Is it here?
I guess.
Talking
Yeah.
about Twin Peaks in Freddy's Dead. It's not I don't know if I like this or not. Actually, should we be? I guess if you have all those fucking needle drop songs, you're existing in the contemporary world of pop culture. So
Sure.
that's kind of. But in the rest of the movies, they kind of almost this fairy tale reality. When quite literally in Freddy's Dead, there's like, you know, a fantasy fence around a force field around Springwood.
Mm-hmm.
Great. There's an overhead Hitchcock shot coming up, which is amazing. And
Where
I feel
she,
like Rennie,
mom poisons her?
yeah, like and it reminds me, it's like a Hitchcock, like it's kind of a Hitchcock style and content as well. It's like this, you can, you know, like the poison milk in, or the not poison milk in Suspicion. Spoiler alert.
We're so diametrically opposed. I didn't take to this moment
What?
very much with the spinning camera and the actor that
Wow.
seemed like she was struggling to get to each mark that she had to get to.
Okay, no, I really liked it.
All right.
I think to me, he instinctively knows where to put the camera, and he doesn't second guess himself.
I agree with that. It just looks staged.
Okay. See if you would say that about a similar shot in a Hitchcock movie.
I wouldn't have
He's
to.
too-
He's Hitchcock.
Well, this is Rennie Harlan.
So you keep saying.
And so you used to say before you started talking about this episode, I don't know who you are anymore. You're the guy who turned me on to Deep Blue Sea.
I know. I'm saying.
You're like the guy who's like, I'm all Beatles, I'm over the Beatles, I'm into the Stones now. I had my summer with the Beatles. Old news.
I think he does make bold choices. I don't always like the choices. And
Okay.
by the time he gets to Deep Blue Sea, he's much more assured as a director.
Ooh, I don't. More wobbly, I think. Much as I love that movie's way more wobbly than this one.
Oh.
So we get. This is where we. I mean, you questioned this subtitle in the previous episode, but she does say, you know, like I'm the Dream Master. I can fight my way out of dreams or whatever.
Yeah, it just feels like something that they've added. There's still.
Oh yeah.
This
I know,
movie
but I'm
starts
saying,
with all
but-
the Dream
but-
Warriors.
I'm not defending it. I'm just saying you were like, what does that title mean? I'm like, well, they give you an explanation of what it means. They were Dream Warriors, and now she's the Dream Master.
But she's not.
from
She's
a-
like learning as she goes.
But she's relearning what she used to know as a kid.
Right,
It's like,
relearning.
I think that's what.
Relearning, so not the master.
Oh, you're taking issue with the master part. Oh, I agree with you there. That's probably not the right
Okay,
word, the right word choice. But what I'm saying is, it's not a redundant. Like, I know what it means in the context of the movie, and you were saying that you didn't know.
No, what I meant was, I didn't mean that I didn't know. I meant
Oh.
that it doesn't make sense because she's relearning.
Well, she is the Dream Master by the end of the movie, and then she has a dream child.
She's not really a dream master. It's like
Freddy's
she has
dead.
to remember a
And
prayer
then we have
that,
a new nightmare.
like a prayer that's not even a real prayer. That's not what we say when we go to sleep. It's nothing about mirrors when we lay ourselves down to sleep.
It is in the Finnish Book of Prayer. He's not Norwegian, he's Finnish. I forgot to correct us. The Scandinavians listening to this episode going, when are they going to correct themselves? He's not Norwegian, he's Finnish.
The 3
40 minutes
downloads
into
we
this
have.
episode, yeah. Well, this is what I mean. When we go into the school,
Yeah.
there's moments in these scenes which are directly taken and put into Twin Peaks, in the pilot episode of Twin Peaks, the empty desks in the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's how she knows that their classmates are dead.
Are
That's
dead.
exactly how it happens with Laura Palmer.
Yeah.
And you add that to the clear, you know, the hall pass stuff in Nightmare, and it's like David Lynch is watching it. We know Steven Spielberg is watching these movies,
Yeah.
for sure. This particular
This
one.
particular
I
one,
think
because he
David
makes
Lynch-
phone
I think-
calls.
David Lynch's too. There's a moment later on which I'm like, again, there's a season 1 Twin Peaks scene that is just like this. So, but Robert Englund gets in drag,
Yeah.
finding fun new ways to represent Freddy on screen. It's definitely getting more camp.
Mm-hmm.
Freddy's getting more camp, but I don't think he takes too much of a turn in this movie, even with all the different looks that they give him. It never, I don't know, it never makes him less threatening.
I agree. There's something about, is this the movie where he said when the movie started, he showed a lack of interest, and then as it went on, he got more interested?
Yeah.
I think that shows.
Hmm.
I think his lack of interest shows a little bit in this movie.
I don't know. I think they're. I mean, first of all, I don't know. Like, you know, I've acted, but I wouldn't know what to do acting wise with any of this. Like, where you're being pulled in so many different directions over the course of so many movies. Like, I don't know if he has a center of gravity over what Freddy is anymore.
Yeah, right.
But no, I don't see it as like lack of effort. I think maybe he's just kind of walking through the different images of Freddy.
Yeah, maybe I mean more on autopilot.
I think it's become second nature to him in a way it wasn't in earlier movies.
Because didn't you say this just a couple minutes ago? He doesn't seem as threatening.
No, I said the opposite. I said he still seems threatening.
Oh, he doesn't seem as threatening to me in this movie.
What I mean is that that despite the fact that they keep sort of giving him more and more cartoon things to do,
Yeah,
he doesn't lose his edge in the way he does later in the series.
that I agree with you there.
Yeah,
He's still stabbing people, and
I don't think he gets more threatening, but I don't think that the threat diminishes. But again, I think they do something smart, which is to decenter him a little bit and kind of focus on the dream landscape as a whole, which I think they were going for in the last movie, but here I think even more so. They're trying to think about how do we build out this dream world,
yeah,
and this dream style. So many needle drops in the first half hour of the movie.
right.
It gets to the point that we're like, there's a scene that begins with us watching a record playing on a jukebox. Literally a jukebox soundtrack. A lot more characters to keep track of as well. A lot more new characters to keep track of. Way more of them are women, which is great.
Sure.
None of them pass the Bechdel test.
No.
They're always talking about men.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, again, this cycle of continuity is going on. It's like they say, you know, they're talking about where this all takes place, and they say it's his home. It's Freddy's home. I'm like, oh, are we going back to this now? I thought it was the characters who were the continuity.
Yeah.
Now we've killed them off. It's the house again.
But it's not his
Which is
house
it?
either. That's weird.
No, but I like the redefinition as that. That's haunting to me. That idea of it's his home. Like, oh yeah, shit. He
took it over.
He's the constant. He's the.
Mm-hmm.
It's more his house than anyone else's.
You can thank the second movie for that.
I do.
Okay.
But the acting is better here.
Nonsense. What do you think of this beach dream?
Well, for Freddy as Jaws.
Yeah.
Well, I like it more than you do because there's more spinning camera in it. Now, here's the thing about the spinning camera. I don't think that's just style for style's sake. I think they represent character disorientation.
Well, for her, yeah, because she's been drugged.
Yeah. So it's not. It's a choice motivated by the experience of the character on screen, which to me equals filmmaking. Whereas if you just had a spinning camera in the middle of a scene for no reason, Brian De Palma, you'd be like, what are you doing? What are you doing, Brian? Give me the camera. Don't play with that like that. Whereas this is sort of like, well, this sums up what's going on in the scene.
I won't say no to that, but I also just think the manner in which it's shot feels stagey.
Okay. Sound stagey, maybe. That's what Hitchcock worked on, you know. Yeah, I mean, I like that she's drugging her daughter. It's weird, like Mandela affected that this happened in the original. I kept expecting when I watched it, the original last night, I kept expecting her to try to drug her daughter.
Oh.
Does she? She never goes that far. She locks her in the house.
No, yeah.
And she tries
locks
to get
her
it to
in
go-
and she won't let her out, but she doesn't.
But she doesn't know about the second coffee maker under her bed.
That was amazing.
That's the most amazing thing. I've never seen
Whole
coffee
fucking
makers.
coffee maker.
Wouldn't she notice? It's awfully warmed right here, just underneath your bed. No, I'm high as a kite on vodka. Yeah, so I like the moment again. Parents are not giving a good account of themselves in these movies once again,
Right. No, not at all.
and because it's not even like a defensible decision necessary. Well, I mean, maybe it is, but it's like she's got to get some sleep. But you know, because of how this character's been represented so far, she really just needs her to be unconscious for a few hours so she can get her end away. Right?
Probably. But I'm more concerned about the beach because I'm.
Well, I'm not quite there yet. I'm not quite there at the beach.
What are you
got
talking
the
about?
We've got the exposition. You jumped to the beach. I wasn't at the beach. I jumped with you, but I gotta go back.
The beach is right after she drugs
I
her,
just
and we
wanna-
have the room twirl.
I know, but you made me talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. I was going to talk about the exposition to catch up new audience members when they're walking up to the driveway on Elm Street House. Everything you need to know about where we are in the story told in that scene. It's great. Really well done. Walk and talk. That's how you do it.
Great.
Yeah. That's worth going back to, especially when you're not pointing these great aspects of the filmmaking out.
Great aspects.
So many. Well, you probably don't like Freddy as Jaws.
So I'm of two minds.
Oh God, not again.
I really like seeing Freddy in
Tired of your
daylight.
two minds.
I like seeing Freddy in the daylight. I'm
Only because if you said you didn't, then I could jump on you for pool party, Freddy.
that's
I
at
know
night.
that's not in the day. No, but it's at a pool
So
at a party. Pool party, Freddy.
I don't like the Jaws pastiche. I don't know. I'm ambivalent. I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
It's another pop culture reference, isn't it?
Yeah.
Interesting. That's like two big ones in this movie when we've never really had any before.
I also wish it was just the claws that are up instead of claws made into a fin. I don't know why you have to do that.
So you know it's Jaws.
Yeah, how else could I possibly know?
Right. But don't you... I mean, it's also the lineage of the slasher, right? Jaws is one of the first proto-slasher movies.
Sure.
He's the monster, the idea of the screen monster. And we're having fun with it. He's in sunglasses, there's some
Yeah.
quicksand.
All of that's fun.
Okay. And you know how I like fun.
Yeah, big believer.
Well, this is appropriate fun. This is where I want to have fun. Don't watch a neo-noir to have fun.
You don't watch anything to have fun.
I watch these movies to have fun,
Okay.
which is kind of alarming.
As
given
you
they're all
silently root for Freddy.
about... Oh, fuck. Not silently. I've
Your
been
hero?
vociferous. My God, yeah. I feel I didn't realize I agreed with Freddy on so many points.
You know, a lot of people don't say this. They're not
Yeah.
brave enough. Freddy, he's got some fair points.
He's got some good ideas. I'm not saying he's been right 100% of the time, but more often than not.
But yeah. The one thing I really do like is that quicksand where he pushes her into the quicksand and that makes her fall into the house.
And again, it's like and again, this goes forward to New Nightmare as well. It's like in dream language as media language, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which, as I'm like listening to podcast at the moment that and I'm listening to it on Spotify, and I use it to go to sleep, but it runs on all night. And so whatever's happening in the interview, in the podcast, goes into my dreams. So I'm more acutely aware than I've ever been that, you know, whatever dreams are, the media that we consume goes into them as much as anything else in our imagination.
Sure.
The Sopranos was really big on that, wasn't it, as well?
Yeah.
Like when Annette Bening turns up to dinner in that scene, and he leans in and goes, "Are you Annette Bening?" It's like that. That's the most realistic thing I've ever seen in a dream on screen, I think.
Yeah. I was thinking about that just today, about how good Sopranos did dreams.
Yeah, I mean, Twin Peaks
Yeah,
and
that too.
Sopranos were the two big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, Twin Peaks, and again, Twin Peaks was dreams as code, whereas Sopranos was more Freudian, but like Freud mixed up with, you know, Tony's DVD collection. Actually, right at the beginning, he doesn't even have any DVDs because he gets pissed when Junior doesn't want. Where he's like, they still don't have any of the classics. They still don't have any of the classic titles yet. And Junior tries to give him one. It's like, hey, you take it. Watch Grumpy Old Men. There's that. I would say there's also that great scene in, I think it's like season 5 of The Sopranos, where Tony's living in his home movie theater
Yeah.
in the outhouse. And he's just absent-mindedly watching The Fugitive.
Of course.
I've never related more to a fictional character in my life. It's like he's just like watching the scene. It's not even like the famous scene. It's the one where he's on the phone talking about RDU90, and Tony's like eating popcorn and making a call, and I'm just like, oh man, this guy understands me. Well, I'm going to throw you a bone at this point
Go ahead.
for your criticism of the movie. I will admit there is a Dutch angle in this movie, but 39 minutes.
But
So he's past the 20-minute threshold
okay.
where it doesn't look like desperation anymore and looks like more of
A choice.
And I will say, Rennie Harlan works through so many filmic techniques that he's running
He's
out at
liable
this
to
point.
come up with a Dutch angle at this point.
39 minutes, he's like, well, I've used every other camera angle. I guess Dutch for this one.
And,
Oh, yeah,
and he
this is
kills
the-
off
the-
Kristen.
Yeah. And, he has her watching home video footage of the friends who've died, and they're all playing around in a field.
Yeah.
Twin Peaks. Lynch and Frost stole that verbatim for Twin Peaks.
All right.
Crazy.
Settle down.
No, I mean, yeah, but no one's going around going, Nightmare 4 inspired Twin Peaks.
This is the bulk of your argument, right?
No, it's not the book. Well, it's a big part of my argument. What did he see in this movie that I also see?
Could be coincidence.
David Lynch, David Lynch is like is a bit of a film snob as well. He's not like watching any old garbage. This is where we
But she
meet-
gives all of her powers to Alice.
Yes,
So
we passed the gauntlet.
It's a transfer of power.
It's like a video game sort of life. You transfer like your lifeline. And this is where we start introducing the new characters, like Sheila, the female Urkel.
Sheila, right.
I mean, women of color, but still pretty elementary in terms of how we're representing nerds and women and black people. But mainly nerds is where you're like,
Yeah, right.
But at least they don't do the moment when she takes off her glasses and they're like, Miss Hetherington, you're beautiful. We've come past that.
At least there's that.
At least there's that. Oh, there's a great forced perspective floor shot coming up in this scene.
Which part?
We do. It's like right before Sheila gets killed
Yeah.
in the classroom. There's like a forced perspective where the floor looks like it's further away, or it's collapsing.
Fuck, I don't remember
So-
that.
That's a good one. That's a good.
I guess I
practical fact.
was focused on the bug coming out of the blood ink because I didn't like that too much.
Okay. Well, no wonder there are so many female characters introduced at the rate we're getting through them.
Right.
They're dying off really quickly.
Mhm.
And it's another person of color. Again, probably didn't think about that.
Right.
And also, you know, sounds like Rennie Harlin's relationship with this actress was
Little fraught.
a little, probably not kosher.
Well, and also with Tuesday Night as Kristen, that beach scene didn't sound like a pack of pleasure for her.
Yeah.
And it was hard to listen to her talk about, like, because it's the thing that we've heard always about directors saying to women, no, just take off more clothes. It'll be so sexy. Be so sexy.
Yeah.
Not good.
No, it's not good. No. What? Wait, you're telling me Jack Shoulders any better?
I'm not. You're
This
right.
fucking homophobia. It's just a different fucking set of bullshit. Same bullshit, different day.
Yeah.
Different Freddy movie.
Well, we already talked about it, but he does suck Sheila's face, and
Wanna suck face?
that's the end of Sheila.
Yeah. I love it if the only thing that could be improved in this movie, probably aside from taking out the aging makeup, is like every time Freddy makes a pun, it goes like ding, and then a number comes up in the corner as to how many he's done in the movie. And at the end of the movie, I don't know, everyone wins a prize.
Holy shit.
Freddy comes out into the audience like The Price is Right. Da 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 da. They never did Freddy on a game show, did they?
No.
Wow, that's a missed opportunity. Freddy is a game show host,
So you say.
making it into one of our pitches at least. You don't feel compelled to steal that one?
No, I'll be all right. Thank you.
The Price is
Wrong, bitch.
The Price is Bitch. Just call it The Bitch is Right or The Price is Bitch.
Steal from a whole other movie.
The Bitch is Dead.
Well, we've got the world's worst actor coming up.
Oh yes. so here's
And it's
here's
like that
here's
obligatory scene where they're talking about the shit that's in the movie,
I'm
right?
before that, I got one thing to say before that, and because I want to cover this. I have a lot to say about this Robert Shea cameo. I do like that there are some representational problems, but I do like this idealized view of school life. It's like a positive modeling of how men can help women and other men. Like the jocks defend the goths.
Yeah, yeah.
It's nice to see. It's obviously not how things really are.
Right.
But I kind of like that there's a
Dan
sort of
sticking
positive,
up for friends in the locker room.
positive modeling of masculinity is always good to see in an 80s movie, regardless
Agreed.
of whether it reflects reality or not. And it never will, because the word positive is in there. Yes, so obligatory clunky Robert Shea cameo, reading from a card, which teachers don't do.
Not if they're doing it
Like
right.
lecturers in a university might. Your regular fucking teacher
Yeah.
doesn't read from a card, but Robert Shea is so terrible.
He can't
what
remember
does.
his lines.
He can't even read without reading from a card. And then he's just like, oh yeah, this is what teachers do. It's not because I haven't memorized the lines or I don't know how to read or anything. I've got it in hieroglyphics on here. And so this is, unlike the biology teacher in 2, he's talking about dreams, isn't he?
He
He's
is,
talking
yeah.
about something relevant.
It's
yeah,
like
so
completely... Yeah. It's the
So 2,
classic trope.
but 2 is still our only example of a teacher saying something in a horror movie that might not have something to do with the theme of the movie.
Yeah.
Except that the butt is involved in the digestive system. That was the closest.
That's the
we could find
closest
to a
we
link.
get to the frame
Yeah.
of the movie.
Yeah, and the
What about
the,
this
the cheerleader?
cheerleader?
Cheerleader huddling is my next note.
I have. Well, first of all, I thought it was weird that scene ends with a window explosion dissolve shot in slow motion.
Yeah, it's kind of any one. Like the minister of propaganda for this movie. Any one of those techniques on their own, I dislike. Put them all together, and
I knew you would defend it.
it's kind of like, it's kind of like a cocktail that constituent elements you might not like, but you put them together. I wrote down
Because my next note is that Rick's asleep on the toilet, and then we have a terrible air fighting dojo fight. He fights air.
I've forgotten what this is, and you saw this today, right?
Yeah.
So I've written Tower of Terror ?
Yeah, I have a note about Rick is asleep on the toilet and he's forced onto a crazy elevator. That elevator ends at the dojo. He walks into the dojo.
And David Pumpkins is there at the end.
Yeah.
Any questions? Oh, I like that. I think that's a reference to Tower of Terror, right? Which is, again, like, that must have been up in the 80s.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just trying to. I'm trying to eke out as many positives as possible before we talk about Invisible Karate.
Good.
Because
if you fucking defend this,
the only defense I'll give is that it was obviously when you find out it was a budget crunch scene, you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But at least they got creative with it instead of giving up, right? They were like, okay, let's just film air karate, and I do like that mentality. Obviously, it's a swing and a miss, but I'd rather a swing than a walk. Does that work? No, not quite.
Not quite.
Trying to get a bunt.
Oh, a bunt down the third base
safety.
line.
Yeah, safety.
No, safety is a tackle for a loss at the end zone. I don't think you want that.
But isn't there some equivalent of like something you can do to always get a walk in baseball?
You could get hit by the pitch.
Yeah, that's what Yeah, it's the opposite of safety, but you know what I mean.
As in, it hurts to watch.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, it's not one of the movie's finer moments.
Thank you.
But I think that a lesser director and a lesser movie would have just like not at least rolled the dice here. This is a roll the dice kind of movie, and I respect it for that.
I said that in the ranking. I said he takes chances, and I'm okay with that. But this is a failure here, this one.
Yeah.
I tell you what, why don't we take one more break and...
The timing of that is awfully suspect.
We'll finish.
Almost as if you wanted to go out on a win.
We'll finish with that right there.
Oh, interesting. Didn't decide to do the break right after that positive I had.
We're right at the mark.
Right at the point where
it
you
just
finally
happened.
got me to admit that not all of this
just
movie
happened.
works, which, by the way, is what I like
We're
about
at an
it.
hour and 30 minutes, right when the movie is failing spectacularly.
Not for long, though.
Agreed. We'll be right back. If you like podcasts like I do, boy, do I have a treat for you. You need to
stay on target
and check out the Sounds and Cinema podcast. Listen as your host, sound designer and music creator Tony Parham, and co-host, musical performer and sound lover Derek Hansen, D-Rock if you're nasty, and I am, discuss all things sound related to film, television, stage, and theatrical productions. They discuss environmental sounds, bioacoustics, dialogue, the nature of communication through sound, but as an added bonus, they drink beer and try to
stay on target.
Find them wherever you get your podcasts and listen to the pure mania of a man who can charitably be described as Doug, the dog from Up, and another man with a soothing and sultry voice trying to get that man to
Stay on target.
That's the Sounds in Cinema podcast. Tune in and listen to the sounds they are creating just for you. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Tom and I are here finishing up with A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master.
The Dream Apprentice.
The Dream Learner.
The Dream Learner doesn't sound right.
Well,
Dream
you seem to
Novice.
have something important to say about Rick's funeral.
No, I just
Take the
there are
stage.
so many. There are so many funerals in succession; it almost achieves a kind of dark humor. And also,
That I agree with.
like-
There's a moment in this movie where I thought, haven't they been to like 3 funerals already?
but the suspension of disbelief,
Nobody, like the cops, the parents, are not
Yeah.
like, this is weird, right? What's going
Yeah.
on with you and your friends?
Suspension of disbelief gets much harder with this many funerals
Yeah.
in short succession. Alice having the souls of her dead friends, again, like a really strange idea, but it's communicated so clearly that it makes sense to me.
What? I remember that her brother comes alive. What do you mean? How she got their souls?
I don't know. She's got their.
Freddy has their souls in his body.
Alice has them too somewhere. They're on her arm or something.
No, I just remember her suddenly being good at nunchucks.
Okay. So well, the workout. I mean, how can you not like this? This is like Rocky IV.
I fucking love all of this.
Needle drop montages. This is like it's funny when you related this to Rocky IV. I kind of thought of it as like, pop art. That's only apparently we see in that movie. But also, that kind of idea of introducing the world of music montages to cinema.
Mm-hmm.
This is another key movie in that respect. And they got this mission prep scene. And I love this next section of the movie. It really comes. I feel like the really.
So this
comes
is
into
where
its own.
I started to really fall in love with this movie. This, from
Yeah.
here to the end, I think is fucking gangbusters.
And this is like, there's a kind of when you see the movie theater banner with Hairspray and Reefer Madness.
Reefer Madness.
Obviously, Rachel Talalay, is that her name?
I don't know.
The producer.
Yeah,
You found it out in the
I know.
the last episode.
We'll be on to her on the last movie. Well, second to last movie.
But anyway, she worked on Hairspray because she worked for John Walters, I think. Reefer Madness was obviously the movie that that New Line Cinema was built on. So
the one movie they'd made before this series.
it's kind of appreciation of the trashy, kitschy roots of where this movie came from and where it continues to go. The black and white mock movie they watch in the movie theater is so beautifully realized.
It's great.
That is one of the hardest things to make look authentic.
Yeah.
And I'm so impressed that they did it in such a short period of time, as well as making the rest of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
This is something you could totally
Have fucked up.
totally look like 80s version of
Yeah.
a black and white movie, and it never looks that way.
No, yeah, it looks straight out of the 40s.
And this scene is so much like Mulholland Drive.
Very much so. I have that
Okay,
same note.
so
Yeah.
There you go. Well, so you admit I'm right about Lynch watching this.
I don't know what's in David Lynch's head. You make logic leaps.
Well, none of us know now. He's dead.
You make logic leaps where you're like, obviously they were a big fan and they watched this. I don't know.
But how could there be this many instances of stuff that turns up in Twin Peaks?
Could
and
be
Mulholland Drive?
happenstance. Who knows?
Circumstantial evidence suggests it was a bribe. Anyway,
I'm just saying maybe not enough evidence to convict.
maybe he was like, Steven Spielberg was like, oh, you did such a good job. Let me pass you over to a friend of mine who also wants to.
Say hi to David.
I'm gonna cast him as John Ford in a movie
Yeah.
in many decades. So, yeah. Hello, this is David Lynch. I very much enjoyed your movie. I don't know. In my head, he's Gordon Cole. I know he doesn't actually have hearing problems, but David Lynch. Oh, well, you seem to like the section, so I'm going to assume you like the child soul food meatballs.
Well,
Soul food being my own personal pun for what this is, given that it's not soul food, but it's soul food.
yeah.
It's food made of souls.
I mean, the thing is like in a movie that I don't find very scary or threatening whatsoever,
Yeah.
this is the one thing that kind of gets to you.
Oh, it's
It's
repellent.
It's so repellent, yeah. So it really gets...
And visually inventive and all the things
Yeah.
that the last movie was kind of throwing at us, and but
Mm-hmm.
doing it totally differently. I mean, I guess it's like a return of simplicity as well when you hear them say, "We ordered from Domino's."
Yeah.
The first step of the design process was we ordered a pizza. When you know that, it's sort of like, yeah, we're maybe not in the Dream Warriors mixed media kind of. But what they do with it, I mean, it's, you know, the fact that they're using this, I guess you could say a practical pizza. There's a t-shirt. They got this practical pizza and they're augmenting it. So it's the essence of the uncanny, right? You recognize it as a real pizza, not a pizza designed by
Right.
by like a props team, but you have this horror element within it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's such an everyday thing that
Right.
most times you look at a pizza, you'll think of this.
Agreed.
It's hard not to. It's like it's one of those great. You can never go in the shower without thinking about Psycho. It's like, can you ever order from Domino's without thinking about the child soul meatballs?
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite add-on for the Domino's menu.
Can I have
It's-
child soul meatballs, please?
Surprisingly cost-effective, considering it's the soul of a whole child. And I think aside from the dog pissing fire, the next part of the movie is my favorite.
This is my favorite
Section.
part.
Yeah, the time loop. So Now this is so influential. Firstly, like,
I think
The
I
time
mentioned
loop
this in
itself-
the ranking episode, right?
I don't remember, but yeah, I mean,
I love
this.
this.
Is what this is the it's the highlight of the movie because first of all, it's so well executed,
Mm-hmm.
like better than in some Star Trek episodes that use time loops, like in Next Generation. This is better,
Right.
and it's such an influential concept, like the idea of like, well, first of all, the idea of like dream time as a loop, which is not
Right.
strictly how dream time works, but
Well, also because the whole
It's a
thing
way
is
for
sort
us
of a
to
dream
understand
within
it.
a dream
Yeah.
because she dreams the whole Pepsi challenge thing and falls into the movie
yeah,
and then wakes up. So you think she's awake and she runs to the diner
yeah.
and then that repeats. So you realize that the wake up was a fake out and that she's still within a dream.
Mm-hmm.
And the end of it with Freddy beckoning them and her trying to run him over like Michael Myers
Yeah,
4, the Return of Michael Myers style.
Yeah.
And then all it does is puts them into a tree.
Mhm.
Fucking great.
yeah. The broken elbows feels very like Savini style body horror.
This whole thing, that whole section, like that the car into the bug is
Well, the bug is, I mean, that's them pulling from Cronenberg. I think.
yeah, I agree.
I mean, The Fly is probably they're thinking of The Fly, but I mean, it's in more than one Cronenberg movie.
Yeah.
But also, I think maybe Kafka's Metamorphosis
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
But the kind of the most recent like horror version of that is The Fly.
Mhm.
That did it with those kind of prosthetics.
But this is what did we say? $6.5 million? Like how good
Yeah.
this looks
Mhm.
astonishes me. From the broken elbows to the flapping arms that fall on the floor
Yeah.
into
And they don't generally go for that. Like everything, the effects have got more fantastical and outlandish as they go. So I like this return to just broken, like fucking broken bones.
Yeah.
As horror, you know. Sometimes it is that simple of like, you know, seeing someone's arm hanging off. It can be terrifying.
And then the whole, like, she falls onto the, what's kind of like the fly paper, like the fly goo. And when, like, she kind of leans back and the camera's right on her face, and then the whole of her face slides off to become the bug.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard for me to discern how they did that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think they really come into their own as you know, visual creators in this section.
Absolutely. This whole section to me is maybe one of the best things in the entire series.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And it's done, you know, the time loop as well is done with, like, again, like, you know, there are episodes of Star Trek where it's done less artfully, and you'd think it'd be the opposite way around, because, you know, you think that they'd be scientifically trying to work out how it would work.
Yeah,
But
right.
But here it feels more real that they're not talking about it.
Yeah.
And they're just sort of casually realizing in the way that you realize you're in a dream when you're in a dream.
Yeah.
You're sort of like, it's like, this can't be right. I can't be having dinner with Stalin and Margaret Thatcher.
Yeah.
Or it's like terrible people from history that I could all think of.
Well, also the end of it to me is quite remarkable too, because, I mean, obviously they were doing a lot of this on the fly, so I don't know if this is in the original script or not. But I love the notion of they wrap that truck around the tree, and they're in the ambulance, and she's like making up stories that he's allergic to drugs. Don't let him go to sleep. Like everything rides on him not going to sleep. But they have to put him under to save his life, so he puts him under, and the next thing you know, he's in her dream, and she's frantic and saying, "That's the last thing we needed. You can't do that." But by the time they save his life and he wakes up, he's like, "What are you doing? You got to put me back in the dream." And that reversal to me is just
so well done,
just excellent.
Also love the Frank Drebin parking too. It's like sometimes the melodrama is cranked up so high it sort of becomes almost parodic, but just in just the right way. And then you're like this surreal mission prep montage, like a tribute to the original one, but it's its own kind of sideways surreal variation on the trope.
I said that she, what did I put? I said Alice suits up Rambo, First Blood Part 2 style.
Yeah.
I really wanted to get a shot of film and a camera with the lid being closed.
And you know, there's been the movie's had a lot of optical illusion type camera work through it, and I think it comes to fruition here. I don't know if you know the history of this rotating tunnel effect that we get in the scene. Hitchcock came up with the effect, and it was on the Universal Studios.
Yeah, I remember it on this.
Yeah, and you would go.
You know what I remember it in was the
everyone used it. Every
$6 million man.
$6 million man. Yeah, I remember that too. I remember the joke that the tour guide gave at the time. This must have been sometime in the 90s. He sort of said, Lee Majors apparently got really dizzy when he was filming those scenes, and that's why the name of his next show was called The Fall Guy. I remember that joke clear as day.
That's amazing.
And I'm like, get back on the Jungle Cruise, dude. That's a Jungle Cruise joke. You can't fool me. I expect better from my Universal.
That's a Jungle Cruise joke.
The one I remember from Jungle Cruise is, please sit here. This is the VIP seat. View is poor. Why do I only remember I remember nothing from that period of my life except the jokes.
The jokes told on rides.
Rides at Disneyland
and amusement parks.
I guess because I was a British kid who was in America, and I'm like, licking it up, like honey.
I'm gonna live here one day, I tell you.
It might have been It might have been responsible. You never know. Certainly didn't hurt. But anyway, we use it, and I just like. I think Rennie Harlin brings a cinematic bag of tricks to this film.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, it's like a bag of tricks from like an established magician. No, you've ever heard the Patton Oswalt story about when he did an open mic with a magician, and he got to see kind of how it works from behind the scenes. He said that basically what happens is that the magician opens up like a laundry hamper off stage, and when they do their trick, they throw it off stage and it goes in the hamper, so you can kind of collect all your tricks and reset for the next act, rather than scrambling everywhere to try and find your trick. And then he said that as he was leaving, he saw the magician like tip up the laundry hamper full of tricks and lay it down on the ground. He said it was the saddest thing he'd ever seen. It was like a visual version of a Tom Waits song. Like, and the sad old musician is emptying his hamper. Anyway, but so now I have a question for you.
All right.
Do you think they named this character Alex just so they could have the line "Welcome to Wonderland, Alice"?
Oh, that's a good question.
Did they write back from the pun?
Yeah, they might have.
There's no particular reason why she should be called Alice, right?
I like the idea of them of like a script being handed to someone, and they're like, "I need you to change everywhere where it says Betty to Alice."
Wait a minute, she's called Phyllis on this page.
Yeah.
Well, we're kind of, again, 3 movies in, we're no clearer on how we kill Freddy.
So this part is pretty muddled to me. I don't understand any of this.
It's the thing is that what bothers me about them doing this every single fucking time, making the same mistake, is it's like, don't you know you're making it worse for the next guy? Like, at some point, someone's not gonna be someone. Like, particularly like a Stephen Hopkins, is that the next movie? It's like, maybe he's going to be making this movie even quicker than you are, and he's probably not going to have the time to think, how do I get Freddy back after what you gave me? So that's what bothers me about it.
Yeah, but none of them seem to give a shit when they go on to the next movie. They just come up with new nonsense, so it's fine.
Wes Craven's new nonsense.
Yes.
I like that after kind of denying all the religious imagery of the previous film, we sort of end with a church.
Right. So that's the thing.
It's like we put aside the issue of the religious ghost mother adversary for Freddy, but we still got the backdrop.
Right.
And no one talks about. Does anyone talk about the maniac rape in this movie? Do we ever?
No, I don't think so.
That's interesting.
It comes
I wonder
back.
Whether they. Whoa. Hot and heavy in the next movie.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's something I didn't need to see really happen. Ever. I was happy with the verbal description of it. Happy's the wrong word, but you know what I mean. Content. Content's the wrong word, too. I didn't mind hearing about the maniac rape, but I don't want to see it. There. That's my final draft.
I'm going to put that on your gravestone.
The whole thing?
Happy to see the rape.
No, not happy. No, happy's not the right word. Content. No, content isn't the right word either. I didn't mind. Fucking, there's no more fucking stone left.
I didn't mind.
Yeah, misrepresenting me to the last.
I didn't mind. Ellipses. ...
Yeah. So we've got the backdrop of a church to remind us that, oh yeah, this has something to do with religion once.
Well, so that's the thing, is that this whole thing feels so funny. I mean, first she hooks up that bug juice to the to the electricity. She has that kind of magical realism, or like we talked about with Ray, where she just sort of.
God, I wish I'd used magical realism to defend the nonsense of this movie. Can we go back and do the episode again?
she's
That's
just
exactly what this is.
she just seems to know what to do. Like, just hold this in front of this, and I can burn a hole into Freddy.
But that's what it's like in. That's like what it's like in dreams. You have no context for what's going on, but you seem to innately know what you're supposed to be doing. I love it. That's dream logic is informing every choice in this movie.
Oh, fuck. But yeah, so I don't understand anything about. I wrote down that
mirror?
she made up a prayer that kills Freddy.
Well,
Because the thing that she says is not the continuation of the prayer that we know.
and you know we've set up the mirror earlier on in the movie.
We did?
Yeah, because it's covered in photos, and then she shows him. She
Oh,
shows
yeah.
Freddy. The thing is, I don't think this would make a difference. I think Freddy knows he's a fucking gargoyle. I don't think Freddy's like us. He's like, I would have loved it if we would have done the Joker kind of fake, and then like, what? I know I make a point of being repellent. Why
Right.
would this bother me? We get sneaky tits too.
So that's what I wrote down. So the thing is, I think this is nonsense. The whole
Yeah,
the
it
whole
is.
mirror, or not mirror, but window thing.
Yeah,
But the fact that
it looks good.
this practical effect starts with the arms tearing out of him, grabbing onto the things around him, it looks so good that I don't end up fucking caring one bit. And then,
Yeah.
like you said, we get sneaky tit, and I just love that in a moment where lost souls trapped inside the body of the killer who took their souls are trying to escape.
Showstopper.
That this director, Rennie Harlan, thinks what I need to do here is titillate and get some tits
Like
out
any good 80s filmmaker would. Literally, you can imagine.
there. Even I was like, well, I don't think I need tit right here.
Paul Verhoeven standing, you're giving him
Yeah.
a standing ovation at the premiere, you know. I never thought of putting titch right there. Even I wouldn't have put the titch there. He's the third person on the phone call, like it's a conference
Yeah.
call. This is David Lynch. Paul Verhoeven is
Hold
also
for Paul,
here.
please.
I love the sneaky titch at the last minute. I've never thought of putting in that exact part of the movie.
Yeah, but the practical effect looks so fucking great.
Yeah, and imagistically, it reminds me of Poltergeist and Raiders, and I wonder whether Spielberg is like, you know, that's my guy.
Mm-hmm.
Freddy's my guy.
Yeah.
Well, he's you know, in the same way you saw Joe Dante paying homage to him
Right.
and went, you know, you want a job?
Well, within it too, they're sort of reinventing the mythology again, because in the last movie it was all church-like. What we need is to bury him, and we got to get some holy water and the cross, and that'll take care of it. And this movie says, well, no, you left the souls trapped inside, so he can reanimate, and that's what you really needed to do. And so they're kind of continuing with the mythology, and they just like build their own shit with each movie. I like that.
Okay. I thought that would really bother you, that lack of consistency.
No.
I don't have a problem with it.
I don't have a problem
But-
with it at all. I think it's fun.
It makes it harder for the next guy, and eventually someone is going to trip up. I think
Yeah, but
that's-
we've talked about that before. Like you always say, that's the next guy's problem. I did what I did. You fucking make up your own new thing.
Yeah, but I think it could have been an element of the mythology that was more stable if they'd wanted it to be. And I don't know why, when they can do it with every other aspect of the mythology, they can't do it with this.
I guess.
In this movie, I don't mind it so much because it feels like a hat on a hat on a hat in the best possible way. Like, okay, and then this happens, and then that again, like a dream, and then this happens, and then this happens, and it's such a showstopper with the souls coming out of Freddy.
It's great.
Incredible stuff. What an ending to your movie.
So good.
Probably better than the actual ending to the movie. But you know, I like, again, no forced jump scare.
No, I was gonna say I can't.
Hanging. Okay. Yeah. I'm assuming that you're going to attack this, but
No.
I like the what I call the fountain ending.
That's what I
like
called it. I like the coin flip fountain.
Yeah. It's sort of like
It's just the right touch of her
Yep.
seeing the reflection,
mm-hmm.
kind of making believe that she didn't see what she saw, and then walking away from it. It gives us exactly
it's-
what we need to know.
It's a tease.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Freddy's claw coming out of hell and dragging Jason's mask in.
Hmm.
No, it's not like that.
That was my arm,
But
just so you know.
and-
So I've played both.
oh fuck, you do such a good Kane Hodder. That attitude is just dripping from him. It's so funny how fandom is so into Kane Hodder.
I know.
I mean, I don't know if he made them
By force.
or that you like said cut out the ones where people say, "Yeah, I don't give a shit who plays Jason
Right.
in Freddy vs. Jason." Give it to the stunt guy. I don't care. But the other good thing about this ending is that it's a genuine ending. Like that's her character arc that's set up in the movie,
Mhm.
and we've resolved it. So I like that. Again, you know, Robert Shea's there probably going, "Ooh, sure you don't want to do something different?" Probably. But I love that, you know, that they can just say, "Okay, here's the story note that ends the movie."
Right.
It doesn't have to be something that thrills or titillates the audience.
Hmm.
Just the end of the story.
Simplicity.
That's what an ending is. Like a dog pissing fire
Now that's simple.
on the bones of a dream killer. Simple. Couldn't get simpler than that.
All right, give me a fucking credit check.
So one of the most specific credits I've ever seen, Linnea Quigley, soul from Freddy's chest.
Oh,
I mean, that's amazing. It's a shame she's
her
not
tits.
lower. It's a shame she's not lower on the body, because then she could be Quigley down under.
Good movie.
Good joke.
Better movie.
Now, okay, so it's often you need to remind yourself what these movies are about, okay?
Hmm.
Freddy is a child murderer in some versions of some movies is a pedophile too. Not always, but sometimes. So the lyrics of a song called Put Your Hands on Me are not entirely appropriate for a movie about these subjects. Assistant props Jim Landis.
Oh,
And I was wondering if he is the Jim to John Belushi in John Landis's life.
yeah.
Maybe he attempted to murder some children, but didn't actually go through with it. Foley recording by the Rubber Dubbers Incorporated.
Wow.
Solely for the puns, because you don't want to think that that's the limits of their Foley work is just rubber sounds. We're really good on the Rubber Dubbers are really good on the rubber sounds. If you want anything else, it's a lottery. Jake the dog, who presumably is the dog who pisses fire. I don't know of any other.
Right. Jason.
His credit is Working Wildlife. I'm like, I want the name of the dog actor, not the company that provides him. That's not a credit.
Yeah, no.
I want to know the name of the dog. But also, Jake the dog. Have you ever seen Adventure Time?
No.
It's like a Cartoon Network Adult Swim cartoon.
Oh.
And the two lead characters are Jake the dog and Finn the human.
Okay.
So, wondering if that's where they got it from. But yeah, tell us who the dog is. I don't want to know who provided him. That's not okay. Obviously, you heard Freddy Krueger's rap at the beginning of this episode. This is where we hear it in the movie.
Hoofa.
More crossover merchandising. A softening of Freddy as well. But also it reminded me is this part of what Jordan Peele talked about in terms of how endeared Freddy Krueger is to the black community. So, I think reasons that are both obvious and not. Because he's mainly killing white people, although he knocks off a couple of black people in this movie as well.
Yeah.
But I wonder whether, it's like he's this kind of rap mascot as well, like where the part of that is.
Right.
I think you mentioned this in the ranking episode, but I saw John Carl Buechler's name on the
Yeah.
effects work in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Though apparently, so everyone in Hollywood who deals in effects worked on this movie as well, according to the credit. Now, how you know that this is this is a needle drop soundtrack? Music takes up most of the credits. Blondie, Go West, Billy Idol. I've written O'Connor. Which O'Connor is that? Sinead O'Connor.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I was like, O'Connor. Donald O'Connor? No, probably not. This isn't Nightmare 2. Wouldn't have a song from, wouldn't have Make 'em Laugh or anything like that. And that's the end of my credit check.
All right. Well, how do you feel? Vindicated?
Completely vindicated, yeah.
Of course you do.
I mean, every disagreement we have is more a matter of taste than anything else. There's nothing I can do if you think the acting here is worse than in Nightmare 2. There's nothing I can do about that.
Yeah, no, I'm right.
I think you don't have conversations with other people about how they feel about the acting in Nightmare 2.
I'm fine.
Yeah. Well, I'm fine. I don't. Yeah, and I feel good. Yeah, I feel. Do you feel like you've been convinced on anything that?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Again, I was shocked how much I liked this movie and how good I thought it was. But I just don't think it reaches the level that the other 3 movies I have above it. It's not scary.
Oh, I think it is.
Yeah.
I think, well, it depends what you mean by scary. There's a lot of dread. There's a lot of terror.
No, not for me.
No dread?
Mm-mm.
All right.
But some good shit.
I know. Are you someone who's affected by
Body horror stuff.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't think that's the thrust of the movie. Are you someone who's like affected by dreams in general? Would you say?
Well,
like, are you someone who kind of agonizes over dreams? Do they kind of like take over your
no.
consciousness? Oh, well, I'm one. I think maybe that's it. Maybe that's why I see something else in this movie, that it connects with that feeling of,
I mean,
of dream limbo. I know you're a vivid dreamer.
Yeah.
But I mean, it sounds like you just wake up and doodle, put your hat
No,
on.
yeah, I go about my day.
Ba ba da 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 da. Flintstones.
I
Meet the Flintstones.
I once had a very vivid dream that Harrison Ford was trying to kill me. And he was like
we've tried to keep this from you, but that actually happened.
complete maniac. Like rabid, like eyes just and chasing me everywhere. And it was terrifying. And I woke up and I was like, kind of had a laugh about it.
Yeah. Had you
Because
just
Harrison Ford was trying to kill me. What?
Had you just watched What Lies Beneath?
No. Yeah, no.
That's the only movie I can think of.
But that's the other thing too is,
Murderous.
I've been watching horror movies for a month straight already.
It's had no effect on you.
Nope, I just go to bed.
Yeah, I mean,
And even
might be
ones that
push-
really get to me, that I find terrifying in the moment watching them, I just go to bed.
Dreams mess me up more than anything in life. And I think that's what Rennie Harlin gets the heart of with his directorial style. Is
Interesting.
Like to capture that feeling of not being secure, that you're dreaming or not.
The one thing he does
not,
in this movie,
not having the level of control that you have in reality in a dream.
yeah. The one thing
It
he
really-
does
really
to
captures
speak to
that.
that I really like about the movie is that he makes the whole movie feel like a dream, both in
Yeah.
dream world and out of dream world. And so that kind of lost "Where am I?" aspect of the film I like a lot. I know that I was like, kind of trying to downbeat this or that. To be honest, they're
Yes, you were.
they're nitpicks. I don't feel they came across as me feeling very strongly about them.
Did you notice my
But that-
reference to the Homer Goes to College reference? Yes, you were. I guess I've been a bit of a monster too.
Yes, you.
No, yes, you have. It's not yes, you. Yes, you have.
So at any rate, these problems that I have, they're smaller problems in my mind. I don't know. I see somebody at the beginning of his career making bold choices, not all of them that work for me.
I don't think he ever calmed down, though, did he? I think this is just him, isn't it?
No, he's calmed down.
I don't think of him as restrained ever.
When you watch these new incarnations of the Strangers, eventually,
It's probably never going to happen. I mean,
they're sequels, Tom. We'll cover them eventually.
listen. I just listen. Give me some time. I learned about the existence of any of these movies at the beginning of this episode. It's been about 2 hours.
Let me wrap my brain
knowing
around
that-
it.
Yeah, let me wrap my brain around it before you make me watch them.
But at any rate, those movies look standard horror. They look but super polished.
Did he direct the ones
No.
before the? So he's taking over the series
Yeah.
again,
Mm-hmm.
but making 3.
Making 3.
Film doesn't make any sense anymore. I don't know what they're doing with the 28 years later. Fucking
Yeah.
There's a new one coming out in January, which is the same movie told from a different perspective.
Apparently. I just saw the first preview for it
Directed
the other
by,
day.
I saw it at the Sony Pictures tour.
Hmm.
Going back to tour guides making jokes.
Yes.
To loop back to that rule of 3, they showed us the trailer of here's an upcoming Sony Pictures movie. Showed us the trick, and the tour guide went, "That's a documentary that's coming out in January." And everyone went, "Ha ha 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 ha! We're all doomed." Hey, let's go and look at the set of Jeopardy.
Have
Yeah,
you seen
let's
a preview for the Coyotes movie with Justin Long?
Yes, I did. I was just I think we must have seen the same
Yeah.
trailers as well yesterday.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Because for those of you who haven't caught it, we went to see the same movie in separate theaters. And we would have gone together, right? Except that there were no seats left in either of our places by the time
Yeah, I
we
remember
got
when I
tickets.
bought my ticket. I think that it's funny though because there was a seat right next to me open, so somebody didn't show up or something. I guess.
Well, a ton of people didn't show up in mine, so I don't know who these people are. Are they scalping tickets outside? What the fuck are they buying the tickets for and not turning up?
I got two front row. Nightmare on Elm
I
Street.
got 2 Nightmare, 1984 Nightmare movie from the past. You'll see a new movie from the past. You can watch it home on streaming.
Claw
Yeah,
creeping out
fuck.
of the vagina. Out of the vagina in the water. Anybody? Tickets. Got 2 tickets here.
Yeah. Yeah. So I saw Coyotes and I think Good Boy back to back.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I'll watch the movie where the dog doesn't get hurt. And Huskies are one of my favorite breeds, so I don't know if I could watch a whole movie. Not that they're Huskies, but Coyotes, and there's kind of like a crossover look to them anyway. I don't know if I could watch a whole movie that's based around violence towards dogs. But then there
looks
seems
fun,
to be
though.
another horror movie coming out at exactly the same time about a dog who's the protagonist of the horror movie. So
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'll probably go and see that because, the director comes out. It's so funny how sensitive we all are about animals. We'll watch fucking anything in our movies. But the director of Good Boy has to have a press conference in which he said,
The dog will not
be fine.
die."
The dog will not be... I mean, think about that. What we're exposed to on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And we're just like, yep, keep it coming, keep it coming. You lay one finger on that dog.
I will disown you.
Unbelievable. But I was like, I can't imagine a world in which I wouldn't be rooting for the coyotes to kill all of those people, all of those privileged fuckers,
Okay.
not even doing basic yard work, which is their social responsibility as much as anything else.
Yeah, that could cause a big fire.
People are getting killed on those roads. Yeah, people are getting killed on those roads. So the coyotes, hopefully the coyotes win. Doesn't look like that's what happens, but
All right, well, if you want to talk about that or this movie, you know what
it's
to
horror
do.
related.
You know, gotta remember where to do it and how to do it. So it's the X's and the books and the threads and the grams,
Uh-huh.
skies.
Yep. And I won't mention Patreon. Apparently
Not
this
yet.
is the wrong place to do that.
You gotta wait till I'm done.
Listen to
Any non-Patreons?
listening?
Or did I get them all?
What? What's happening?
Did I get them all?
I think so, yeah. I can't think of any other platforms. Well, I'm not going to go over them again because you just did that.
Can you leave a message on Spotify?
You could, yeah. I mean, you could. Well, you could leave a. I think you could leave a message. No, you can't leave a message on our hosting platforms. I don't think.
No.
You can rate and review us
Do that. Apparently it's
on your
important.
on whatever your podcatcher is. We've got some nice reviews on Apple Podcasts.
Rate, review, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Download those new episodes. Listen to them. From beginning to end.
Anything-
Apparently that's important.
Yeah, no, that is important. So, and I acknowledge for this podcast, hard to do.
Well, you got to start back up the next day. I don't think you have to do it all in one sitting.
No. You unless you're taking the longest road trip.
Do you have a 3-hour hike to do? Listen to the whole episode.
I mean, they don't feel like long episodes to me, but I'm talking in them, so that's probably why I think that.
Because you love the sound of your own voice? Is that what you're
I
saying?
do now.
You learned to love it? Because you didn't love it at first?
I'm way more used to it now.
Hmm.
Listening to, I'm whatever. Voice is just a voice, but it doesn't feel uncanny anymore.
Yeah.
Like I don't go. Is that me? I was like, no, that
Right,
sounds like me.
right.
Bitching about J.J. Abrams. That's me. Clearly,
That's
Who else
obviously
is
me.
it?
Or send an email to everythingsequel@gmail.com. All right. What the fuck's the next movie?
The Dream Child.
That's what it's called?
99% sure.
All
I don't know.
right.
It's yeah. I think it's Nightmare on Elm Street 5. Wait, and I want to ask something quickly.
Yeah.
Because I haven't checked. Nightmare on Elm Street every time, or does it go to Nightmare?
No, I think it's a nightmare every time.
A Nightmare on Elm Street. That's then the big and then the long subtitle. That's a lot of words.
Yeah.
Wow. Freddy versus Jason is
It's quick.
kind of becoming my favorite of the titles. There's no room for ambiguity there. Yeah, Dream Child is next.
All right.
My least favorite, your second to least favorite, I believe.
Yeah, I think I screwed up too. Because I think I said different things. I think...
Well, I forgot about one movie entirely, so you're in good company.
Well, I think I was editing the ranking episode, and I think I said I'm putting Dream Child and then Freddy versus Jason, but then by the end of the episode, I had switched them because that's what I originally meant. Freddy versus Jason, and then... Because I also said that Dream Child was bad, and that Freddy versus Jason's good.
I think everyone understood that's what you meant.
So if
It would be ludicrous if you did.
Yeah, I think maybe I fucked that up, but I meant Freddy versus Jason, and then The Dream Child.
And this is your what, fourth favorite?
What?
This one we just talked about.
Yeah, 4? 4 is 4.
Number 1, baby.
4 is 4.
With a bullet.
1 is 4. 4 is 1.
4 is 4, right where it belongs.
Mm.
Very, very good.
In Bizarro World.
Not quite as good as 2, 3, New.
New Nightmare's not a Freddy movie.
True.
It's just a very good movie.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
All right. So, when you hear us next, it will be A Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child. Look forward to that.
We can announce now, it's a boy.
For Tom Stewart of Lonesome Whistle Productions, Michael Shantz here of the How Dare You Awards. We'll be back next week. Say goodbye to everybody, Tom.
Well, it ain't Dr. Zeus.
I like that it gets to the point where like everyone's waiting for the one-liner with bated breath, like Bart in the I Didn't Do It episode.
Yeah, right.
Everyone's just waiting to say it. It's sort of like, from the original movie, it's like one-liners, as needed. And then it's just like there's like pause.
Well, it ain't Dr. Zeus.
And I made the analogy earlier. He's turning into James Bond.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Bond-style franchise character. He's always got a quip.
Excellent.
Ready with a quip and a martini.
I'm really afraid I fucked up the editing on that ranking episode. I don't think I dragged that shit to the end. I'll have to look that up.
Oh.
Let's get off air.
No, I didn't. Well,
oh,
yeah,
you
added
listened to
this
it?
Episode. Yeah, I don't remember anything at the end.
Okay. All right.
Add it to this episode.
Well, some episode.
Yeah, or any episode. There'll be a little Easter egg. There's a reason to listen to the end of the episode. I didn't want. I know we've got to go. I know I've done the final quotable.
Yeah, I gotta pee.
All right. Okay. Does Freddy drink alcohol?
I don't remember him drinking alcohol.
I don't remember him drinking alcohol either. It seems like he should.
Yeah.
Do any of them, slasher killers, the big three, drink alcohol?
No.
This is a much bigger question. Okay. Well, I put it out there. It's in the world.
So long, everybody.